Welcome back, everyone, to the CruiseAway show here on Gecko.
Hello.
Now, we have 3 times a day when you can come and join us for a holiday fix. 10 a.m. in the morning, plus our afternoon shows at 1 and 4 every single day. So make sure that you pop in every day for a new show. Right, bucket lists out, everyone, because, Joe, we've got some ticking to do.
We do, absolutely. We have a nice variety of cruise lines too in this show. We're taking in Greenland, that's high on my bucket list, by the way, Iceland and Northern Europe later with a Holland American Line cruise for June of next year. We're also taking you on a real adventure with city breaks in Rome and Lisbon in Portugal, as well as a journey with Azamara Cruises, which includes a call into Nice on the day of the Monaco Grand Prix. Sounds exciting, doesn't it?
I'm revved up and ready. It sounds lovely. So don't go anywhere, because first of all, we're taking you to the Arctic Circle and one of the most popular places to cruise, the magical fjords of Norway. Now, this 16-night trip starts on the 27th of May, so that really isn't far away at all. And we're heading first to the land of tulips as we fly you from Sydney to wonderful Amsterdam in the Netherlands. And we have 2 nights there before we cruise in a hotel, so plenty of time for you to cruise the canals in Amsterdam, maybe see the diamonds, enjoy the wonderful shopping, and of course the very vivacious nightlife in Amsterdam as well.
It definitely has personality, Amsterdam, that's for sure.
Unforgettable.
You've got incredible museums to visit, don't forget, such as the Van Gogh Museum and the incredible Anne Frank House as well. Grab a bike, you've got to do it whilst you're there.
Like the locals as a pancake, easy, isn't it?
Like the locals do, and you'll enjoy some delicious Edam, Gouda or Old Amsterdam cheese while you're there for sure. Then it is time for us to cruise, and we're heading on board the beautiful and majestic Royal Caribbean fabulous Jewel of the Seas. She's an old friend of mine, actually. This was the first ever ship I worked on.
Was it?
Back in 2007, actually.
Wow.
And she's had lots of upgrades since. Beautiful, lots of glass everywhere on the Jewel of the Seas. Gorgeous sculpture, beautiful displays of crystal. It is a magnificent vessel, always has my heart because, of course, being the first one I worked on. But the lovely thing about Jewel is it's more intimate cruising as well. Of course, we know Royal Caribbean is the big brand that has the newest, biggest, most innovative ships at sea. They also have more low-key ships in the Radiance class, such as this.
Yeah, because this is around about 2,000 passengers, where, you know, you can be pushing these days sort of 8,000 passengers on the bigger ships. So it is a bit more of an intimate affair, which I quite like ships this size as well, because you do get to know people as well as enjoying the intimacy and getting to know the crew on board as well.
You really do. The Safari Lounge is a great one to enjoy in the evenings because they do karaoke, they do the Quest, which is an epic game show, like an adult scavenger hunt, Mr. and Mrs. game show as well. You have daily quiz, you have, of course, the casino there, you have lots of classes on offer, from yoga and Pilates through to spinning and aerobics. Your dance cast on board, by the way, also teach dance classes. Then it's time for us to cruise out of the port of Amsterdam, and we are heading into beautiful Norway. Your first port is Granger, where you can visit Granger Fjord and the Seven Sisters waterfall. Now, do speak to the Royal Caribbean Shore Excursions team. They'll also be doing a lecture before you arrive in port to give you some of the top hints on how to make the most of your time. Tromso's up next. They have a really cool aquarium. It's called the Polaria Aquarium, and you can learn about the Arctic sea life, which is very cool. There's also the Arctic Cathedral, which is an imposing, amazing piece of architecture. Alison's up next on your itinerary, one of Norway's most distinctive looking towns, packed with fascinating architecture and history, and also a natural setting. And the people in Norway are ridiculously friendly. You'll just find the locals so welcoming. Then it's Flam. Oh, this is my favourite one. I adore that Flam Railway. It's or the Flam Basana Railway, as they call it, for a lovely scenic, viewpoint of this part of the world. Then it's Stavanger, and this is how you can stroll around and see the bright coloured wooden houses. They have the Pulpit Rock there as well, and then you have lots more excursions to book, and of course do speak to the team about this on board. Kristiansand is up next, and it's got an amazing old town with those the wooden houses. They're iconic in Norway. The lovely thing is they vary from port to port, and every port has its unique identity as well. Then we're back into the port of Amsterdam, where you'll disembark, and we'll fly you back home to Sydney. So some great Arctic Circle cruising in the middle of this. So you're going to get to see some of the most amazing viewpoints of Northern Europe, being so close to the Arctic Circle, and what an amazing time to do it, just as sort of heading into late spring as well.
Oh, for sure. Let me tell you as well, we are a worldwide business here at CruiseAway as well. And the amount of cruisers who are based in Europe who are heading up to the Arctic Circle and the fjords of Norway, it's such a popular place to cruise. A lot of people take their first cruises up to this part of the world as well, because it is just idyllic and peaceful. And on a cruise ship, you are literally eye to eye with the wonderful scenery that you are sailing through. It's really immersive. You'll love it. So this is for May this year. It's not long to wait at all. 16 nights, and it's a trip of a lifetime, this one. So the flight first from Sydney to Amsterdam included in the Netherlands, of course. 2 nights in an amazing hotel there in the city before joining Royal Caribbean's Jewel of the Seas for 12 nights of cruising, never to forget, up to the Arctic Circle and the Norwegian fjords, back to Amsterdam for the flight back from Schiphol to Sydney. Now, your price tag on this that we're locking in right now is a bit of a late deal, let me tell you, and it's a really good deal because, of course, Royal Caribbean is one of those biggest cruise companies in the world. So to get that cruise and the stay in Amsterdam, plus the flights, all sorted end to end, no booking fee for you to pay, and an amazing price. Now, if you want to upgrade while you're on board from your inside, we'll have a look at the prices there. If you want to go up to Ocean View or indeed up to balcony, bear in mind this is very much a scenic cruise as well. We have a full day in the itinerary of cruising the Arctic Circle, doing some scenic cruising, so plenty of time to relax on board and enjoy the view. So if you want to do that from your balcony, it's a pretty good vantage point, let me tell you. Sat out there with a glass of wine. You know, it might not be the warmest of weathers, but you'll have a big warm coat on, enjoying the views up in the Arctic Circle. Incredible. If you want to know more, and if you want to tailor that any further, by the way, so if you wanted more than 2 nights in Amsterdam there, of course you can talk to the team and change it very, very simply. 1300 407 687 is our toll-free telephone line. And of course, you can check out the deals on our website as well at cruiseaway.com.au. Now, of course, we're here 3 times a day here on Gecko, 10 in the morning, 1 and 4 in the afternoon. But if you are new to the world of CruiseAway, let's show you why so many people make their booking with us.
With over 25 years of travel experience, when booking with CruiseAway, you're dealing with the cruise specialists. We can tailor-make the perfect holiday for you, adding hotel stays and exciting land tours so you can fully immerse yourself in the destinations you're visiting. We allow you to spread the cost of your holiday. Just pay a deposit today, and then you have until the due date to pay your balance. You can browse our deals online at cruiseaway.com.au or call us toll-free and speak to one of our experienced cruise consultants based right here in Australia. Plus, as a fully accredited member of CLIA, AFTA and ATAS, you have total confidence and complete peace of mind when booking with us. CruiseAway, you know you want to.
So there you go, that's us. We've got a lot of experience in the cruise industry, and remember, we've got great relationships with the cruise lines, with the airlines, with hotel brands around the world, and that makes it really easy for us to stitch holidays together and protect the whole thing for you.
Well, we're like your own personal travel concierges, except
but without a booking fee.
Without a booking fee.
Yeah.
And we get everything taken care of for you. As you see, our trips include end-to-end stays and flights.
Yeah.
You don't have to think about anything other than where do you want to go or how many places do you want to visit. We have another offer for you now. This is a real bucket list ticker. Now, if you love romantic cities, fast cars and living like an A-lister, we're about to make your dreams come true. Over 18 fabulous nights. Now, this is for the 17th of May next year, and we start our journey flying you over to romantic Rome from Sydney for a 2-night city break and hotel to drink in this incredible city in beautiful springtime, well, late springtime. It is amazing, isn't it? I mean, Rome, there's just so much magic around every corner. The food, of course, is impeccable. Gelato, pizza, pasta, the best on earth, because obviously it all comes from
That's
Italy.
Where it comes from.
The Trevi Fountain. You have got so many monuments. We haven't even got enough hours in the day.
Oh,
I mean,
gosh.
you just walk around and drink in the ambience
Beautiful.
of the Eternal City. Then it's time to board your Azamara Club cruise as we head off through the Med. And this is on the journey. You're going to be on board for 12 nights. And of course, you're going to be there in Nice during the Grand Prix, which is amazing. Now, Azamara is a completely different league of cruising. It is much more of a voyage. It's much more low-key luxury. You've got a lot more included as well. You have your drinks included. Gratuities are included as well. You have your all the transport service in port. You know, if you need to go to, if you're a bit further out, that's included. You have a concierge service also. And it's about the finer things in life, enjoying the magic of the voyage. You know, it's not about the hustle bustle. It's about taking it slow at your own pace, but also being weighted on hand and foot, because that's what it feels like.
Well, and also it's one of those cruise experiences where it's a true couples getaway. Yes, it can be a family affair if you want to be, but this is just that little bit more sophisticated. And it's one of those cruises where obviously it's a premium cruise. It comes with a premium price tag, of course, as you would expect, but then you get the best of everything laid in front of you. You're not dipping into your pocket every 5 minutes. You're not adding to your account every time you breathe in and out.
Yeah.
You're enjoying the very finest because there's such a small number of passengers on board. You're never waiting. You're always freshly served. You're always beautifully attended to. The ratio of crew to passengers is very high, so you get to actually speak to the team on board without that feeling that they're rushing away to serve someone else. They've got time and you've got time. So it's all about time and space. I think the well-being aspect of this is incredible.
There is a real focus on well-being too, and you've got your spa. Of course, you have some lovely services up there to enjoy, and the thermal suites. You spend longer in ports. You go to more exotic destinations when you're on Azamara. We're cruising out of the port for Rome, starting with an overnight. See, this is what I'm talking about, an overnight in Livorno. And the beauty of this is there's so much to see in this part of Italy. It will give you ample time. You've got Pisa, not too far away, Florence, Cinque Terre, and there's just, I mean, strolling around an Italian city at night, there's nothing quite like it. Next, it's Porto Venere, a Riviera gem overlooking the Gulf of La Spezia, and this will allow you to experience the magic of Cinque Terre a little bit more in this part of Italy, including the more famous counterparts. Then it's Bastia in Corsica, where you can visit La Clos Winery. They're known for their delicious wines in this part of the world, or just explore the rock formations and the beautiful beaches that beckon in magical island of Corsica. Then Nice in France. Now, of course, this is the day when the Monaco F1 Grand Prix is on. So you might want to head to the Grand Prix, speak to your Shore Excursions team about, getting in on the action. They can take care of that and tickets and things for you as well. Then on to Barcelona. We have an overnight in Barcelona. Again, more added value here on your Azamara voyage. This will now allow you to perhaps take a tour at night. And again, there'll be some on offer, or you can just stroll around La Ramblas and watch the street performers, grab some tapas. Oh, it is magical at night. It really comes to life. Then, the day at sea sees us into Malaga. This is gateway to the Alhambra Palace in Granada, which is amazing. On Torremolinos, maybe you want to take in the Picasso Museum in the cobbled streets of the Old Town whilst you're there as well. We're on to Gibraltar next for the world-famous Rock of Gibraltar, the Grand Siege tunnels as well. You can, of course, visit the incredible apes. They are very cheeky, just to warn you. They might want to steal your stuff. You can take a dolphin safari whilst you're there as well. Portimao, Portugal awaits us. And this is a gateway to the incredible Algarve. And you have got Oh, so much to see and do in this area. El Marino Beach is spectacular. It's one of the world's top beaches. I'd recommend that if you're there. Then we're going to disembark in Lisbon, and we have a 2-night hotel stay to enjoy the incredible capital of not just Portugal, but the capital of culture. It is amazing, this city, my goodness. From the old wooden trams to St. Geronimo's monastery up in the mountains as well. Incredible squares, lovely cafes, super friendly people. The sailing underneath that iconic bridge is amazing into Lisbon as well. It's just magical. Portugal's incredible. You need to try the pastel de nata, which is the traditional Portuguese custard tart. It is sensational when made in the traditional way over there.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, you're gonna love it. And after a couple of nights in Lisbon, in the city, which is incredible, you have to see it. Included, of course, is your flight back to Sydney. This, again, I think we said it in our previous offer, is the trip of a lifetime. I mean, think of all the different places that you are covering here, but you are covering it for longer as well. You've got more time in port, which is incredible. It happens in May of next year. So as we included the flight back from Lisbon, we include the flight from Sydney to Rome at the start of the holiday, 2 nights in a hotel there, your Azamara journey, which is over 12 nights to a lot of lesser known ports and more. Time for you to enjoy these wonderful places as well. So much included while you're on board: select drinks, fine dining, events on board, and the feeling and space and relaxation that you really need, that comes with luxury cruising. Overnights in Florence in Italy and in Barcelona in Spain as well. And of course, when you call into Nice, it is the very day of the Monaco Grand Prix, so you kind of have to see that, don't you? You end the cruise in Lisbon and you've got 2 nights in a hotel there in Portugal. It is an amazing city before that flight back to Sydney. Now, you can pay a deposit today of just $600 each to lock in the price we've got for you. And the price tag we have for you, given this is the best of the best of the best, and, you know, just happening to call into Nice on the day of the Monaco Grand Prix, I mean, that's going to feel pretty special because, you know, that's where the billionaires are, you know, parking up to get in for the Grand Prix, aren't they? They're parking up those great big yachts that they own, and then in you come on the Azamara journey, just looking and feeling like one of them for the day, and then going to see all of the action as well. That is an incredible price tag. Let's look at upgrades on board. There are your upgrades if you want to go to an ocean view or to a balcony or indeed to a suite for you. So you can really go as high life as you want to with this offer. And I think that really is incredible. You think of all the different places you're going to. You think of everything you're covering. Think of all the stories you're bringing back from this holiday. And actually, that price tag kind of pales into insignificance, doesn't it? It really does. Remember, of course, because we are looking at May next year, we can spread the cost of this holiday as well with Travel Pay Later. Very, very easy to sign up. Just speak to our team on 1300 407 687 and it allows you to break down the cost of your holiday down into 6 or 12 monthly instalments. Interest-free, really easy to apply as well, which I think is a real bonus, and lots of people are taking advantage of that because that allows you just to up the ante on your holiday just that little bit more, doesn't it? So if you want to know more about that, please do talk to our team. Toll free 1300 407 687. Well, this show is all about bucket list destinations, and I think we've done very, very well so far with some amazing ideas. But before we go, let's tempt you with one more. Heading to some of the most exciting cruise destinations right now: Iceland, Norway and Greenland, as well as historic Scotland in the UK too. Now, this is some trip starting on the 4th of June, so not far away. We start first by flying you from Sydney to Amsterdam again this time. 3 nights we have in a hotel in this very delightfully different city. Tulips of Amsterdam will be everywhere. They have floating markets in the city. You've got lots of other places in Holland that you can actually go and visit from Amsterdam as well. You might want to make your way on the train to Rotterdam or maybe
yeah.
to The Hague as well. The Hague is really, really interesting. Or some of the coastal places in Holland as well. I recommend just outside The Hague is a place called Scheveningen, which is absolutely beautiful and has a really, really chilled vibe. But if you want to just enjoy Amsterdam, 3 fabulous nights to do that, which is incredible. And then it's time to cruise on a cruise line you know very well, Jo.
Yes, and a ship I know very well, a Zuiderdam. I used to take the Zuiderdam on trips through the Panama Canal. She's a world cruise ship, so she's off to, far-flung fields now in beautiful Europe, and she's a magical ship as well. Vista class, so is that next level up from the smaller Holland America Line ships. If you've ever cruised with this brand before, you might be familiar with. It is all about enjoying the finer things in life on Holland America Line with insane values, because honestly this cruise line offers you spectacular quality. I think it's some of the most brilliant pricing in the industry. They're known for their superb food, their fresh, lovely, everything up in the buffet, for example, is so fresh and so delicious. Then there's the specialty restaurants you can enjoy, such as the Pinnacle Grill, unbelievable steaks. You also have the Canaletto Italian restaurant to enjoy, and some fantastic Pan-Asian as well. So that's all on offer, but you have your evening dining room experience. Well, say your evening, you can have breakfast, lunch and dinner in there every day. They do fun things like surf and turf night and baked Alaska night, where they all come out singing as well. And you have the Culinary Arts Centre there, where you can learn how to cook like an executive chef. Now, there's always a firm feature on the beauty of music on Holland America Line, whether it be string quartet, live pianist, guitarist, BB King's, the Neptune Blues signature band as well. Then we're cruising out of course, fabulous Amsterdam into Oslo, Norway, where you can enjoy the sculpture park, the royal residence, or perhaps the Viking Ship Museum. And we're there in summer, a beautiful time to enjoy and explore Norway. It is amazing. Next up, we're doing a bit of scenic cruising before we head into Runnavik in the Faroe Islands, where a really interesting place to visit, this one, where you can see some great museums. There's lovely hiking trails, including the Vestmanna Sea Cliffs. I'd be straight up there. Next up, we're into Djupvogur in Iceland.
Well
I know, exactly. A very small town here, but it's a former municipality located on a peninsula in eastern Iceland, and you're going to see a lot of lovely fjords here. Isafjordur is up next, which has actually got fjord in its title, of course, and this is where you can see the glaciers and fjords that you might not realise are part of Iceland, because I didn't until recently, but they are amazing. Waterfalls as well. Tok in Greenland awaits us next. Now, this is utterly amazing, because how many people in their life can say they've been to Greenland? It's an incredible place. It's a small town, but it is the cultural and commercial centre of southern Greenland. Next up, we're into Palmwheat, and this is where you can see lots of Arctic wildlife, because they actually have wildlife parks there. You could actually do sort of tours like the Musha Sled Dog Tour whilst you're there as well, which is very cool. Then it's Nanatalik, which is basically literally translates to place of polar bears, where you can see an open air museum, or perhaps head up to the church or the Tassamawheat camp, so you can learn how the local indigenous people live. Reykjavik is next, and this is one you'll probably definitely recognise, and we have an overnight on board in this magical geothermal playground. So you've got lava fields, you've got volcanoes, glaciers, incredible boiling thermal springs. A trip to the Blue Lagoon is a must, and try and do it by starlight if you can. Then it's Stornoway in Scotland. Yes, amazing. Here, the Isle of Lewis, you'll get to learn about history of more than 6,000 years. Incredible, including the Callanish standing stones. Learn about that stone circle. Portree in Scotland is on the cards next, and this is the largest town on the Isle of Skye, the Inner Hebrides of Scotland. Magical islands, these ones. They're so picturesque, honestly stunning. You can see a distillery there too. Kirkwall's on the cards next, and it's the Orkney Islands. So this is where you can see, again, the best of this part of the world and the true, slower pace of life that these islands offer. We are into Edinburgh in Scotland next. I know you'll be excited about this. This is a highlight on many people's lists for the amazing Edinburgh Castle, for Princes Street, for all these gorgeous little boutiques and, you know, lovely cafes. Then it's back into the port for Amsterdam, where you will disembark. Now, it's important to note, you have got a whole lion's share of scenic cruising. You'll also be enjoying the summer solstice, so literally the sun does not set. It is crazy, but it's so interesting. What a phenomena. You'll be seeing glaciers probably, and incredible fjords and lush green scenery and volcanic landscape. Wow.
And I have to say, huge congratulations, Joe, for getting through some of those pronunciations.
I'm not sure I did.
This is a part of the world, yeah, where they're full of tongue twisters. They're all amazing places, but it's just you work out how to say them. What a trip to remember. Remember, we include the flight from Sydney to Amsterdam. We've got a 3-night hotel stay there before we're joining Holland America Airlines Zuidendam in nearby IJmuiden for 3 weeks of stunning cruise to the fjords of Norway, Iceland, Greenland and Scotland as well. The cruise ends back in IJmuiden near Amsterdam, and we've included the transfer back to Schiphol Airport in Amsterdam for the flight back to Sydney. Oh my word, this is going to be a bit of a late deal opportunity, folks. Look, 6,599 per person. That is incredible. Of course, if you want to break down the cost of that, talk to our team about Travel Now, Pay Later, which is brilliant. An opportunity to spread the cost into smaller payments as well and still enjoy this holiday that goes in June. Here's your upgrade prices, by the way, while you're on board the Zuidendam, and it's one hefty cruise as well with lots of scenic cruising. You're cruising through this wonderful fjords, which are the fjords up in Iceland. Of course, you've got some fjord cruising in Norway and in Greenland as well. You also see the summer solstice while you're on this cruise as well. So if you're an early bird, you can be there at sea when the summer solstice occurs, which would be pretty special, pretty memorable as part of this cruise. Incredible. Listen, if you want to know more, just give us a call right now. Toll free 1300 407 687 is our telephone number. And don't forget, of course, if you do want to break down the cost of this holiday, you can spread the cost with Travel Pay Later. It gives you the opportunity, basically, to be able to travel now and pay later, which is superb. So you can break down the cost into either 6 or 12 monthly payments, interest-free, very, very easy to sign up as well. Just talk to our team right now on 1300 407 687. Lots of people are taking up that opportunity, and it makes great sense because it means that you can plan amazing journeys around the world. You can get great prices locked in right now for trips that might be 2 years away, but you're getting a good price locked in today. And then spreading the cost as well. And we all need that right now, don't we, Joe?
Absolutely, and it just means that you can turn a dream into a reality. Yeah. When you plan for it, when you schedule it, it's real. That's what they say.
Yes.
So you've got to schedule it, guys. You absolutely do. Don't just window shop, because I tell you what, when you're actually locking in these prices ahead of time, you're saving an absolute bundle.
Oh, yeah.
And imagine having Greenland on the cards. I mean, that is just such an absolute bucket list, and so many of the other places we've mentioned as well.
Absolutely.
On these itineraries, and the cruise lines too. You know, cruising really does bring the world closer to Australia and Australia closer to the world, and it's so easy to do it. Give us a call or check out the website to get booking.
Absolutely. And listen, if you need more holiday ideas, don't forget we're here every single day on Gecko, 10 in the morning and 1 and 4 in the afternoon, right here on Channel 17. From Joe and myself for now, though, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.